Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. So glad that we have several people on. Yay, okay. So this is being recorded, and this is our part one of our boot camp, and there's two parts. So if you miss part two, it will be recorded, of course, and then if you want it live, another part two will be played in the second Wednesday of September. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to open up, and always, and I say this at every new consultant boot camp, and you can probably ask Marianne because she can do my script verbatim because she came to so many new consultant boot camps, and that is why she and Trinity are such excellent teachers. I know they probably did at least 12 boot camps before they ever became sales directors, and now that they teach their own unit. But this boot camp is top notch. I mean, it is stuff that we went over as sales directors of things that we knew you needed, okay? It's going to seem like it's a lot, but like I said, record it and you can go back and watch it. This is everything you need to know. One thing that I want to remind you, or that your first goal is, I want you to focus on building to 100 customers as fast as you can. Magic happens with 100 customers. Here's why. During your build to 100 customers, you're going to get more no's, you're going to get more cancellations, you're going to get more no-shows than I get right now, because you're building to 100 customers. Once you get to 100, you're working with the 100 people that said yes to you, yes to your product, and they love you and they love your product. All right. So that's why the magic happens, is that you have 100 customers who love this product, they love you, and you can book from them. You book, from your customer base, and your booking gets easier. Now, here's also, I want you to think of yourself during your first year in Mary Kay as a farmer, all right? If you grew up helping your grandparents plant a garden, if you've ever tried to cultivate a piece of land for the first time, it's hard. It's dry, it's hard, it doesn't come up, but you have to cultivate it to plant that seed to be able to fertilize and water and harvest, all right? Guys, that is what your business is like. Building to 100 customers in that first year is you're building it from the ground up. Not a single one of us on this call or in Mary Kay were ever handed a starter kit full of customers, okay? We all start from the same place. We all sell the same product. It's an even playing field, all right? The difference is what's in here, and how much heart you put in it, and how much effort you put in it. And I promise you, myself, Marianne, and Trinity, we are living proof that if you put everything you have into your business, it will pay you very, very well. All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn this first part over to Marianne, and then I'm going to do my part at the end. And then I'm going to give you guys your homework. And your homework is going to be stuff that's going to be stepping stones to get you going. All right. And Tammy, I'm so proud that you're on. Tammy is going to be our up-and-coming next DIQ, and I know she's on as a teacher to watch and receive. So yay for Tammy. All right, Marianne, have at it.
Awesome. Okay, can you hear me okay, Michelle?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So first thing I'm going to talk about is how to manage your customers. And I have done horrible at this before, and now I'm really, really good, especially because I had to make an extra effort to put myself in front of my customers in Georgia so that they stayed loyal to me, as I'm up here in Ohio, and I have seen my customer reorders basically double in this last year. I've been here in Ohio for a year now, and basically my goal is to get 100 customers in Ohio now. So I've been planting up here while I'm reaping the harvest back in Georgia in the meantime. It's so cool. So first of all, you've got your sales slips, and there's 4 copies. Okay, so the top copy you're going to keep for yourself because it's the best one. The second one you'll also keep. I usually give my customers the 3rd copy. And then also the satisfaction guarantee that's on the back. Okay, so what do you do with these? So you need 2 boxes. I have this thing, okay? And there's two of them, and basically you're going to organize one alphabetically for all your sales slips, and the other one, alphabetically for your profile cards, and the other one by month for your sales slips, okay? So here's all my profile cards. They're getting heavy. I probably need to purge them a little bit, but anyway. So this gives you two different reasons. So you're going to be able to file all your customers alphabetically with their profile cards once you put them in your My Customers app or My Customers program, which I'll talk about that in a minute. And so you can find your people. And so one thing you want to do is take here, this is Brent Ariel. Okay, here's her profile card. I took one copy of the sales slip and I paper clipped it to her profile card. So that way if she calls me and says, hey, I need my foundation, and she just texts you, you're like, okay, great. You're like, what foundation color does she have? You can go to her name, and then her sales slip is underneath, and it'll tell you exactly what color. If you go to a department store, you basically have to remember what color you wear or bring the tube, and out of experience, I know most women don't. So they're like, I don't remember what color, and they have to get rematched. That means more time. And so one service that keeps us a cut above is the fact that we keep track of their skincare, their colors for them. And because a lot of them will toss it and not even think about it and forget what color it is. So second way to keep up with your customers is monthly. So this one, I have these cards, and then they weren't tall enough, and so I bought just sticky tabs and I wrote the month on there. You're going to follow up with your customers 2 + 2 + 2. So 2 days after they get the product, 2 weeks after they get the product, and then also 2 months later. So you're going to go to 2 months prior, pull up those listed sales slips out of that month. And then you're going to start calling those people for customer service calls. Just, hey, this is a checkup from the neck up. I'm just trying to see if you need to reorder your products, if you're running low, if there's something new that you wanted to try. So, for example, I pulled out Ariel, okay, and it says here she has a mineral foundation and an eyeshadow she ordered like 2 months ago. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to her name over there and see if there's anything else that I think she might need that probably ran out sooner, like a cleanser or a mascara, because sometimes people forget. Sometimes you just have to remind them. You'd think that they would remember, but it's, there's too much for us to remember. And so basically you'll go back 2 months and pull out all those sales slips and call, text, and remind those people to reorder before they have a Mary Kay emergency and they're completely out. And so they may say, hey, I don't need anything right away, but probably the next month they're going to text you back because they ran out, but they remembered you. Let me tell you why this is extremely important. Phones break, phones die, people lose your number, and it's really important that you keep yourself in front of them. You don't have a physical store that they can drive by every day and be like, oh, she's still open, awesome, she's still in business. Your business is mobile, it's flexible, so that's why it's really important that we keep ourselves in front of them. So I want to go back to the 2 + 2. So once you have a facial or a skincare class with a customer, 2 days after you give them their product at the party, they go home, they love it, and you'll tell them in your individual closing, say, I'm going to check on you in 2 days and make sure everything's working for you, it's the right color. So if everything's fine, you don't have to reply, but if we need to swap something out, remember we have that 100% satisfaction guarantee. So she's expecting you to reach out to her. And that is another way that our customer service is heads above everybody else. If I go to the department store, they are not calling me 2 days later to make sure that my acne treatment is working. No. Okay. That person's probably on a different shift or quit their job already. Okay. So that's why our 2 + 2 is incredible. Plus it's building relationships. The more connections that you have with people, the stronger your bond is going to be with your customers and the more loyal they're going to be. That's why Mary Kay is #1 in brand loyalty, because of this system that we teach, the 2 + 2 + 2, it creates those bonds with your customers. So now, 2 weeks after their first appointment, it's usually their skincare appointment, you're doing their color appointment. So one reason why we want to get in front of them is to check and make sure that their skin is getting acclimated to the system, and then it's getting used to the skincare system. It's doing what it's supposed to. They're not too dry, not too oily. And then you also want to get in front of them to do their color appointment. That's the 2 weeks. And then the 2 months later is to follow up for reorders if anything's running low, like a mascara or something. Okay, so that's 2 + 2 + 2. That's how to take care of, to organize them so you know who they are, where they are, what they're wearing. Another way is through your My Customers app. Okay. If you haven't done so already, the app this year is free. And then after December, it's going to be, I think, $3.99 a month, which, you know, you sell an eyeshadow and it's taken care of, plus it's a tax deduction. I like to keep most, I don't know, let's see, there we go, a little bit, my Mary Kay apps together. And so you're going to click on My Customers. And I'm not going to go through all this in detail, but it's really simple. And I love with the iPhone, I can use my Touch ID, so I don't have to put in the number. How awesome is that? And basically here it says customers, order, catalog, my inventory. This is where you'll put in your customers, and that way they're always here. Even if your iPhone dies and loses all your contacts like mine did, and it was horrible. I totally forgot. I was like, oh, they're in my app. This is great. You can also do it on your computer, okay? So if you go on to InTouch, click on Business Tools, and then My Customers, and you can put them in. Now, here's the thing. We don't put in customers at 10 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the evening when we could be making booking calls, okay? This kind of secretarial work goes either before 9 a.m. or after 9 p.m. Or you can delegate it to someone else. If you have a child or a family member who loves to do secretarial work, let them do it, pay them in like candy or something. Okay. Because you don't have time for that. All right. My Customers app, really awesome. You can also create sales slips on there. Basically, it'll say add an order. And because you can also download your inventory on there. You just scan the box. You guys might have seen on my Facebook. And it keeps up with your inventory. Michelle will talk about taxes and all that kind of stuff later. But when you create a sales slip, for them, it automatically deducts that product from your inventory. So when we have to count it later at the end of the year, you have less to count. It's really great. Okay, so now when they reorder, okay, it's been like 2 or 3 months since I talked to them and they want to reorder. I just call and say, hey, it's Mary Ann Beach with Mary Kay. This is just a quick checkup from the neck up to see if you're running low on any of your Mary Kay products. More than likely, the lookbook has come out and they probably got a catalog and they've probably looked through it and they probably have lots of stuff they want. So what we always offer is a free gift with purchase over $40, okay? So free gift with purchase. They are usually travel size products, either microdermabrasion, mascara, oil-free eye makeup remover, satin hands, things like this. They are underneath Section 2. So when you're ordering Section 2, and we'll talk some more about that later too, Section 2 items, and they usually cost anywhere from $2 to $6. So this is part of my system that my customers know that they're going to get a free gift if they order over $40. And so that works great because if they're just going to get a $20 cleanser, you know, they might as well get their $24 moisturizer to go with it, and then they get a free gift because that's over $40. And of course, the bigger the reorder, the better the gift that I like to give them. So now we don't give these kind of prizes away for hostesses at parties. That's why you have your hostess credit. And we'll talk about our hostess program later. But like free gifts with purchase, those are underneath Section 2, and it's usually for reorders, not their first order. It's an incentive for their reorder to be over $40 because we don't want to be giving away too much stuff, okay? That's one thing our area prides ourselves in. Michelle's very frugal, and she's very money smart, and so she's taught us very well how to be smart business women and not give away the business, okay? All right, so let's see. Gift with purchase, reorders, customer services, birthdays, Pink Friday. Okay, so I also, for some reorders, I don't always do this, okay? I had time and I had the supplies. I just got one of those clear bags, some tulle. You can do a really messy ribbon and it still looks awesome. I'm a big fan of black satin ribbon or tulle because it goes with everything. And I've also created these welcome new customer little cards. Michelle's got some too. We'll post these later. But basically, anytime I get a new customer, this goes in their bag. And these bags, they're super cute. These are underneath Section 2, class supplies, packaging, something like that. These are really, really, really inexpensive. Definitely invest in some, like a stack of the big ones and a stack of the small ones. Keep your receipt. It's a tax write-off. But this helps to keep you look professional and branded, and everybody's like, oh, my Mary Kay, I love it. So this, as my customer perks are, thank you for supporting this local business and my family. As my preferred Mary Kay customer, you will enjoy the following perks. The look, which is our catalog, once a quarter with our newest products and free sample, a free gift with purchase over $40 retail, samples, customer appreciation sale in July, Pink Friday sale after Thanksgiving, free delivery and shipping, foundation matching during the summer and winter, free customized on-trend glamour and skincare advice, opportunities to earn your products for free by sharing your appointments with friends. So this way, just in case I forget to tell my customers about this, because it's not part of my skincare class, they have this card that tells them, oh, cool, I should stick with her, because they've probably never had a Mary Kay consultant who offered all this stuff before. All right. And so those are some things that they get to look forward to. All right. So for your birthdays and anniversary, things like that, when you put it into your My Customers app at the beginning of the month, you can look on your reports, your action items. When you log into InTouch, it says action items, and it says customer reminders. You can look and see everybody's birthday for the day. So just schedule in your calendar, when you're going to check that. And basically you can send an email out to everybody who's going to have a birthday in the month of August and say, happy birthday, enjoy 10% off your shopping this month, or whatever you want to do. Okay. So again, that builds customer loyalty and it gives people a reason to shop with you. So let's see. And then our Pink Friday sale and our July sale, those are our two big sales that we promote. Otherwise I try not to do a sale, or else, again, this is a business and we only make 50%. It's not like our markup is 400% like retail stores. And so that way they get used to paying full price all year long unless they want to be a hostess. And then that way your sales are really successful come July and Thanksgiving because you didn't have a sale all year long. Okay. So you can send those emails. You can also do text messages through the My Customer app. You can like mass text the people who have a birthday. Let's see, pick collage really quick. So you can also just individually text them. Pick collage, you'll see that's what we use a lot for our recognition and stuff. So I have this with my photos. Pick collage is free. Okay, and so just really, really quickly, can you see it at all? It looks white on my end. I didn't think so.
Right.
Okay. So the fastest thing is just you can add a background, start with something simple like making your business card. Here, you can add that to your homework. Make a business card. So pick your favorite professional color, and that's your background. And you can add photos from your iPhoto things or whatever. You can also just download stuff off the internet if it's connected to the internet. And then write your name, your business website, your phone number. They don't need your address. They don't need to know where you live. You go to them. And then just a professional, your most professional picture. If you need to have somebody take one of you, that's great. And then you can do a board if you want to. But keep it really simple. And then we can also help you later on with the invites for your parties. So I just keep a simple invite, and I just change the address and the name and the date for all of my hostesses. It's the same decoration. There's no need to waste time recreating, like you're not a graphic designer. That's not your job. Okay? So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time doing that. All right. So you heard me talk about section 1 and section 2, okay? So section 1 are our products that we sell, and that's what you make 50% off of. Section 2, yep, and I've got my blue one over here too. Yay! Section 2 are all kinds of other things that you may need for your business, whether it be eyeshadow applicators, mascara wands, face cloths, the plastic trays, samples, that's where you'll find those. So section 1, that counts towards your production. So those of you who are working to earn your bangle for this month, I moved mine, I had it over here. Anyway, section 1 counts towards that bangle. Or when you go on Target for your car, and when you're working to be a director or your production, that's all section 1 products, okay? Section 2 doesn't count towards that at all. So that's why I don't go like sample happy, okay? If you want to know how something looks or feels, you don't just buy a bunch of samples, okay? You're not a customer at a retail store asking for free samples. You need to get the full-size product because basically you'll be using it for yourself, and then you'll also be using it for demo. And that way, when you show it to your customers, they see the full-size product and they know what value they are getting. If you just give them a little sample, they don't really know, what the cost and the size is. Plus all of that, again, counts for your production, your personal use stuff, and then also it's a tax deduction as well. So don't be scared to get stuff for yourself. Plus you're shopping at 50% off too, and that's awesome. Whenever you place an order, as you are checking out, like one of the last pages at the bottom where it asks if you want to donate to the Mary Kay Foundation or if you want to receive a complimentary consultant order form, this is what this thing's called, a consultant order form. It looks like you can order stuff, okay? And it basically has all your new and limited edition products in the front, and then all our regular line stuff, and it's organized in order of the back of the lookbook. So like skincare first, foundations next, and then, makeup, eyeshadows, lipsticks, perfumes, and then the section 2, the sales aids, are at the end. So old school, before the internet, this is what people used to send in when they wanted to order stuff from Mary Kay. Yay! So if it ever crashes, that's what we got to do. But you can keep one of these by the computer. So as you're selling stuff, okay, I sold 2 Miracle sets and 2 CC creams in a light to medium. So you're going to go over here and you're going to tally, I need to reorder 2 Miracle sets and then 2 CC creams. And that's how you know what you're going to reorder next, okay, is these things. So, or you can keep one in your purse. So as soon as you get done with a party and you're sitting in your car, you just mark off everything you just sold, okay? So it's fresh on your mind and you don't forget. Because eventually, as you guys start to do 5 parties a week, part-time Mary Kay, there's going to be so much going on, you can't keep it all in your head. So you need things like these. So keeping one of these in your car, in your purse, and by the computer. And then when you're ready to place your order once or twice a month to restock your store, all you have to do is pull these things together. And then you're like, oh, okay, that's what I need to order. You don't have to go look through your profile cards, go back through your sales slips. No, just use this thing right here. Section 1, section 2. And I think that's it. Michelle, did you need to add anything else from all that fun stuff?
You're awesome. Like Marianne.
I learned from the best.
You said everything that I say in my new consultant training. I'm just so proud. You didn't miss a beat. You didn't miss a beat. I love it. You guys, you'll know, and when you become sales directors, I'm very protective over who trains my people. And if you've been around me for a long time, you know that I'm a mama grizzly. Am I not, Marianne?
It's fine. I don't want to be backed up.
And so I love it when my offspring are excellent teachers, and I just feel, it's a very proud moment. Okay. Very good. Okay, so I get to take us home the rest of the way for this segment for the next 30 minutes. And one thing I did want to add that we need to put in our notes, Marianne, and make a note for yourself, is to talk a little bit more in your segment about PCP. And that was, I didn't put that, yeah. So guys, PCP, you've heard us talk about it, actually stands for Preferred Customer Program. And it's those text messages, those Voxer messages that we've been sending out, register your people, register your customers, July 17th, yes. That is the lookbook, and the company will mail the lookbook to your customers for 70 cents a name. And they'll put a sample in there, and they put a gift with purchase reminder with sometimes a picture. Actually, they don't do the picture anymore because we get to choose our gift with purchase. So you can't mail that book that cheap. If you mailed it, it'd be like $1.80, but then you'd have to purchase the book and then purchase samples. This is the best advertisement and the cheapest advertisement. Now, I'll tell you, over the years, I've had several consultants say, I don't have a good reorder business like you do, or why don't I get reorders? And I'll ask them, do you do PCP? I really don't need to ask them because I know who does PCP. We get a report. I will tell you, you will not have a reorder business if you do not establish a consistent PCP, all right? It's 5 times a year. In fact, in September, we'll start registering our customers once again for the for the holiday book. It is a quick turnaround from the fall book because of the holiday. Because they've added in a holiday book because we went so many months and missed kind of the Christmas sale. So we registered our customers recently, July 15th, July 17th, for the lookbook for fall holiday that is mailing out starting August the 15th. So for those of us who participated, our customers are getting that book in the mail, the middle of August. Y'all, the week that my book goes out, I usually sell $1,800 in reorders, okay? I do not miss a PCP. I actually missed last year because of the new holiday book, but that is the only one I've ever missed in 16 and a half years. I believe in this program. It's a tax deduction at the end of the year when we talk about taxes. When we do our tax class in November, our really in-depth tax class, I will, show you, I'll teach you what Mary Kay's going to send you. Mary Kay keeps up with what you spend. So if you had 100 customers, you're only going to spend $70, for each, for 5 times. And then you can add customers and, take some away, but it all pulls from your My Customer app. And you don't have to keep re-adding all 100 of your customers every time. Once you put them in, you just go to Business Tools, you scroll down to Preferred Customer Program, and it says Enroll, and then all your customers come up, and there's a little click, 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 and then it adds it up, and you pay with your debit card, all right? Then the next time they'll say, do you want to do a quick enrollment? If you want to keep the same people, I usually do that, and I change some out, and then I add some new ones, and I go in and do a second one. That's just a quick way that I do it. But that's all I'm going to say about the Preferred Customer Program. But if you want to establish a really great loyal customer base and reorders, you have to do that. You have to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and start with coaching the class. I'm not going to go in depth about coaching the class because I'm going to refer you back to my video that's on our YouTube channel. If you ever have a party and you call me to tell me how you did, usually, or if you call to tell me that your party canceled, the first thing I'm going to say is, did you coach it? All right. Or if I know you're having a party and you're new, I'm going to text you, don't forget to coach your class. Coaching is just, it's important to your business. I can't even, if you watch my video, I talk more in depth about it and how to do it. You will increase the odds of your party holding. Coaching does so much for you. It eases your anxiety. It lets you know who's coming, but it sends subliminal message to those people. It keeps the party in front of the hostess, and it gets the guests excited because they're going to get customized swag bags, all right? In my video, I talk about goodie bags, but we've evolved now to swag bags. That's the newest trendy word. So that's what you talk about. So watch that video. It's going to be part of your homework. And do not ever miss coaching a class. You will regret it. But watch the video. All right. Let's talk about how to pack for the class. Well, you know how to pack for the class because you've coached the class. When you've coached the class, it's going to say things, you're going to ask them about their skin type, their skin tone. You're going to know if they're oily or dry. And when I'm at a party and I know who's going to be there and I already put their names on their trays, and I let them know that, and I talk about that in the video, then I set my oilies on one side and my dries on one side. That way it can flow, all right? It can flow. I don't use the squirt trays. It's okay that you do. I just never could remember what well I put things in. And I got so comfortable with my presentation early on that I just walked around and made eye-to-eye contact. I worked on building my people skills. I didn't have very good people skills. And so I didn't want to be standing there and they never made eye contact with me and they were just doing their thing and I was talking. I walked around. I learned who I could touch on their shoulder, who I couldn't. That all comes from your personality training when we studied the DISC some more. And so all that comes from knowing what to pack for the class so that you don't have to take the whole kitchen sink. Here's one thing. If you do not have the roller bags to roll your products in, the insulated roller bags, do not go walking into a party with boxes and boxes and boxes of product. You want to go into your party very, very compact. You might have I have a roller bag that has my class supplies in it, and then I roll in my products from my insulated bag, all right? And so that's what I do, because you want to sell your position. There's a good chance that every single skincare class that there's a new recruit or 2 new recruits. You do not ever want to look like the bag lady, all right? You want to look compact, professional, easy. You've got to make your job look easy. It really is, all right? So if you don't have the nice insulated roller bags, that's okay. Christmas is coming up, maybe your birthday. Keep the products in your car until you get something that you can roll the products in. And we're going to talk about your different workstations in just a second. I do want to add, we're going to talk about Selling 101, and Marianne, I need to incorporate that into our list here. Selling 101. First of all, if you ever want to make my head spin and I come to do a party for you, let me see lookbooks on the table. Never, ever get out a lookbook. Here's why. The lookbooks are not made for the skincare class. It's too many options. It shuts people down. A confused mind does nothing. Hide them, burn them, put them someplace that you don't ever feel guilted into getting them out, all right? You will ruin your sales if you get out the lookbook. We control the sale with our closing sheet, okay? And this has been thought through. It has been proven. If you don't like it, that's okay. Use mine for now until you can come up with your own, and we're going to talk more about this in just a second. If you get the new starter kit, it has even smaller choices, okay? But here's the problem with this. This is in the form of a placemat, which they want you to put down, and it looks awesome out on the table. Your table looks very professional. Here's the problem. It has the prices. All right, so once a woman sits down before trying the product, she sees the prices. She's already put the walls up. Y'all, that is sales 101. Don't do that. So if you do like the placemats, and I do, it is missing a foundation set, but take a Sharpie or a big sticker and X out all the prices, all right? I do not pass these out until after they've tried the product, after I've romanced every single bottle and I've shown the sets, then I get out the prices. Guys, yesterday it was one person, I sold $450. On my way home from another appointment last night, she purchased another $63. So I had a $500 facial. This works. Okay, it works. If it's not broke, don't fix it. There are people that don't like it. That's okay. But until you figure out your own way, this works. All right, so let's move on. So remember, no lookbook. We control the sale. And when do they get a lookbook? After they've purchased, I'll put a lookbook in their product bags to go home with. Or if they booked a party from me, I'll put a lookbook. But they're going to get a book in the mail. That's what I tell them, okay? Also, you never hand out the sales tickets for them to write out their own tickets, because you need to work out the sets, the pricing. It's time consuming, and time is money, all right? The longer you're there, your profit shrinks. All right, because where you're looking at time away from home, time invested in that sale. And so you write it out, you control it. And because she might put down a cleanser and then think she needs step 1 of a microderm. She has no moisturizer. You can talk her into it. You say, okay, look, I see you're on a beauty budget. You've got $32 microderm, step 1, and a $20. So you're looking at a $50, are you on a $50 beauty budget? Let's start with cleanser and moisturizer. Do you already have the Time Wise moisturizer at home? If she says no, you want to say, look, if you get a microderm and a cleanser, this is like mopping your floors before you sweep them. And so you help her understand the importance of having the right steps. Cleanser and moisturizer is a must. All the other supplements is what you bring to the table when you're doing those other 2 things. All right, so now let's talk about, I wanted to add something else that Marianne said about the no address on your business card. So I haven't done that for years. And here's why. Because I am everywhere. And when somebody meets me, they'll say, "Are you from here?" And I'll say, "Yeah, I have no territories." Because they think they can only buy from somebody in their hometown. I'm everywhere. I'm from everywhere. So I took my address off. And plus, there's a lot of perverts. There's a lot of perverts around. Anyway, so let's talk about your workstation. When you go into a skincare party, you're going to have two stations. You're going to have your workstation. It's usually at the head of the table. And then you're going to have your closing station, which is always usually away from that class area. So it's going to be either on the kitchen table near the food, or it's going to be in the living room area away from the dining area, wherever you are. Every home is different. But you definitely want to be able to pull them away from the table. So you're going to have those stations. At those stations, I'm very specific, and I taught this a few weeks ago. I'm going to go over it again. I'm very specific as to the order that I put my laminated items in, so that they're in order. So I'll have my laminated pictures of my displays that I'm going to show as I go through my class. And then I never ever want to forget playing the referral game. So I'll have my referral sheets underneath those. And then underneath that, I'll have my closing sheets. So that when I go through my parties, I go through and I flip them over and I talk about them, and I'll talk about them in just a second. And then I get to the end of the class, I can't get to my closing sheets because I haven't played my referral game. Your referrals and your future business is the lifeline. Your bookings are the lifeline to your business. And so do not ever, like if you have a party, I'm not going to ask you how much you sold. I'm going to ask you how many referrals you got. This is your future. That's what has kept my business going for 16 and a half years. That's how I got that $500 facial the other day. It was from a referral list. So don't forget that. Like I actually have a checklist that I go by when I was new that I created, and I'll send it to everybody, and I put it on a clipboard. So at my workstation, it says, open the class with my iStory, present the company facts. Now we have the party chat book, and it flows in there, but then it's got class presentation. That's your meat and potatoes. And then it's got play the referral game. And I'm mentally checking this off, and I'm looking at it before I close my class to make sure that I've played the referral game. I did the group close. I do the individual close. I close the sale, get the second booking, and share the opportunity. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Let me get back to my laminated. So we're at the workstation. So when if you've got Dropbox, you need to download Dropbox so that you can receive all of my laminated flyers, okay? If you do not already have them. You've got the toning lotion. We always show the the Serum C and the toning lotion together. You will sell these sets. Okay, let me just tell you, this is the best way to increase your ticket. Serum C and toning lotion. It's an $86 purchase, and it's a quick reorder. You get these coming in every week, and reorders is a nice week. I had just day before yesterday, I had a $370 reorder. Yes, it was pretty awesome. Well, my customer was going to college, and her mother decided she needed 2 of everything, one to keep at home and one to keep at her dorm. Yes, I have those kind of customers. Love selling this product. I hope that you see that from us. Then I have the microdermabrasion. I also, if I'm showing the charcoal mask, I show my charcoal mask laminated. These are all laminated so that they don't get ruined. Then when I'm finished with my skincare part and I'm working on booking that second appointment, I show them that when they book their second appointment with me for their advanced glamour, I'm going to teach them about their eye shapes and where they should put their eye colors based on their eye shapes. This is at their second appointment, their private appointment with me. They're also going to get to try our very famous Lash Intensity Mascara. I talk about that it was featured on Good Morning, that it was sold out in 2 days when it launched in April until August. And that was 5 years in the making, has no fibers. These are all sales directors testing the product for Mary Kay, and everybody put it on one eye, and everybody posted, and these are all sales directors. Amazing. And of course, everybody wants to try that at their second appointment. Once again, it's your booking tool. Then I talk about contouring. Everybody wants to contour. I talk about at their second appointment, I'll be able to teach them how to contour. And then I tell them when I sit down with them, and I'll show you this in a second, I use the referral sheet as their booking tool. When I sit down to book their second appointment, and I ask them, would they like to share that second appointment with a friend or 2 friends? And they say, yes, I'm coming anyway. Why don't we share it with somebody? You can get hostess credits. Here's your list of people you can invite. All right. And she can't sit there and say, I don't know anybody. Well, she just raced for the contest to get this. Now, I want you to watch my referral video because I show you how to get this filled out at a class versus a a facial versus a skincare class. There are 2 different strategies behind this, and you need to watch that referral video from start to finish so that you see my strategy, because you present this at different times. All right, so that is the referral video. So let's talk about the group close. So you see my visual aid. Then the group close is where you're going to show and romance all the products that you just did from your roll-up bag. All right. So I show my roll-up bag. I get this is vinyl monogramming. I pay $5, not pay any more, and everybody wants it. And I tell them this is the Build-A-Bag. They can build it their own. They can customize it for themselves. If they purchase any 3 sets, this is a $35 value. They can get it for free with any 3 sets. I whip it out. Women love Velcro. You do like that, and literally everybody gasps. I don't know what it is, but every class. And you talk about each pocket comes out. It's dishwasher safe because everybody knows that your cosmetic bags get dingy. You pop them in the dishwasher. You're going on a quick camping trip. You just take your skincare. You're running late for work. You take your glamour, and then you pop it back in. It keeps everything off your countertops. And then you roll it up. You're going on a big trip, and you're ready to go. And then you start talking about the sets. You've already romanced the sets visually with each bottle. And then you're going to go over your closing sheet, okay? And you're going to show the sets, you know, how to get the sets, how to build the bag, how to customize the bag. I let them swap things out dollar for dollar. I'm very flexible with that. I truly want this bag to be something that they love. In fact, if they spend over $150 with me, I give them the bag. Now, if you're brand new, you might want to up it to 4 sets and they get the bag for free. That's your baby. That's your call. You know, I make money off what I order, so I can do 3 sets. That's up to you. All right. But here's my thought process behind giving away that bag. If it helps them buy skincare, you will get that money back on reorders because they've increased their reorder ticket with you now. And so the more they buy, the more they're going to reorder. So don't hold so tight to that almighty dollar that you miss out on your future sales because you're worried about what you're giving away up front. Any of your giveaways is a tax deduction anyway, but I'm telling you, in the long run, it's going to increase your reorders. And so that's free money, basically, because you just picked up the phone and wrote it out. There was no time invested. So in a nutshell, that's my group close, and that's where you're at the big table. So then you want to be able to pull them away for the individual close. We call this the 3-part close. And this is so important that you pull them away from the table. You do not want them to make their purchases around that big table. It's Russian roulette, and whoever sets the stage, whoever starts the buying sets the stage. So if you've got negative Nancy who didn't get enough attention and she goes, I just want a lipstick, or she's secretly another distributor for another company and didn't tell anybody because she's just there, you know, being secret agent trying to get your ideas, and she ruins your whole party. All right, that happens. So you want to be able to, you're controlling the class at all times. And speaking of controlling the class, when you're brand new, I remember a lot of chatty Cathy's. And so what I used to do, I bought a roll of raffle tickets, okay? And I used to say, now every time you hear me say PMS night, the first person to raise their hand is going to get a raffle ticket. And I have a cute little gift bag in the middle of the table. I have several gift bags because when you watch my referral video, you're going to see that I play a desert island game. So I'm going to have 2 or 3. I also play the green card game too. And so I have 3 prizes in the table. And so you can, if you're having trouble controlling that class, you can do those raffle tickets, and that will keep them quiet, because usually the people that are the loudest are your chatty Cathy's, but they like to win. They like to win everything. And so you say, no, every time you hear me say at your PMS night, the first person, hold on for a second, I just thought of something. Index cards. Marianne, help me remember index cards to help you create your presentation. So every time you hear me say PMS night, so PMS stands for private makeover session. Isn't that fun? And remember, you're leading them in to that second appointment anyway. So it's like sending them subliminal messages. If you get to this point and you don't sell sets and you don't get that second appointment, it's because you didn't talk about it. All right. And you've got to leave there selling sets and getting that second appointment. And so so PMS night, everybody's raising their hand. So what I would do is, after I would say, now put your cleanser on, this is what you're supposed to do. Now at your PMS night, and I wouldn't even complete my sentence. Like, people would say, what do you say after that? I just say at your PMS night, and I don't finish it. They're not even paying attention. They're just wanting to raise their hand so they can get the ticket. And then I continue on it. That's how you control a class. All right. So now back to pulling them away from the table. Once again, this is controlling the class. You want to number them, because if you end your class and you say, everybody meet me one at a time over by the chips and dip, they're going to be talking, and then they're going to go get some stuff. They need to be led. So you're going to say, I'm going to number everybody because I like to meet you one-on-one. I've got a gift for everybody that sits down with me. And the gift is, where's my gift? Oh, it's over here. Oh, hold on just a second. Okay, so I tell them, everybody that comes to sit down with me one-on-one, I want you to bring your closing sheet. I want you to bring your profile cards, okay? They're going to fill out their profile cards. Bring your profile cards and come and sit down with me, because I want to go over your skin. If you've got any skin issues, I want to answer your questions. And then I have a gift for everybody. Now, this gift is a $20 gift certificate toward their private pampering session. So hold that thought. So I'm going to number them. Who needs to leave first? Who needs to get their babies in bed first? There's always one S personality mom that's got to leave. Okay, Susie Homemaker, you go first. And then you just start numbering. You're number 2, you're number 3, you're number 4. And then you say, now, Susie, when you get ready, I'll be over here. I'll be ready. I've got your gift. You bring those 2 items anytime that you're ready. All right? So she's going to get her stuff. She's ready. She's coming. Then once you've got her, you send her back and say, send number 2, number 3, number 4, and you are leading that class. You're still controlling your time. You're still controlling everything, and they're not controlling you. Because if you don't do that, you'll be sitting by yourself in the dining or in the living room while everybody's in the kitchen having wine and cheese, all right? You have to control it. This is your time. This is your business. This is, you've got time invested here. So once you sit down with Susie Homemaker, you're going to say, Susie, did you have a good time? Great. Now, how does your face feel? Awesome. Good, good, good. Do you plan on purchasing products tonight? Did you want to take home products? Okay, great. What would you like to start with? all right? You want to get the sale first. Always, first and foremost, you get the sale. You start writing out. Now, here's how not to be pushy, all right? Everybody wants to know how not to be pushy. Here's how not to be pushy. As long as she's buying, you're selling. When she stops buying, you stop selling, all right? If she gives you a list and you're writing it out, and then she says, hold on, what's my total? All right, that's a red flag that she's out of money. She's not out of desire, she's out of money. So you add it up, and she goes, okay, we'll just remove that lip gloss. She's on a budget, and you remove the lip gloss, you give her the total, she stopped buying, you stop selling. If you said, well, what about the eye makeup remover that you love so much? Boom, the doors go up, the doors close, the walls go up, you've lost her. She will never purchase from you again. She will never introduce you to her family and friends. You've lost thousands because you overstepped your boundaries at that moment. As long as she's buying, you're selling. Like yesterday, this woman just kept buying. And I was like, holy cow. Okay, but when they stop, you stop. You get that? Because the people that you will meet from her, thousands and thousands of dollars, all right? It's not just the sales, it's the referrals, it's the team members. You get that. So you get the sale, you give her the product, you take the money. Money exchanged hands, product exchanged hands. Second, this is the first part of the 3-part close. The second part is, remember the 2 + 2 + 2 that we just taught you? You need to get back in front of her within 2 weeks because she just purchased skincare from you. You need to make sure that her skin is getting acclimated to the system. You're coming anyway. You're going to give her $20 gift certificate for her advanced glamour. She's going to get to try the perfecting concealer, the under eye corrector, the finishing spray. You're going to teach her how to contour. She gets to spend $20. You get that on the date book. Now, you've got a facial with her, but you've also got her list of friends. And you're like, Susie, you've got so many friends here, and I'm going to call them anyway and give them their own, gift certificate. Or if you host just a little, pampering girls' night out, you can qualify for a hostess credit. And I do $100 for free when you party with me. Would you like to hear how? You got to be able to roll that hostess gift off your tongue. You got to know it. You got to be passionate about it. Because if you are passionate about your hostess your hostess program, you ask yourself, would I cook and clean for my hostess program? If you would not, you figure out something. You can use Mary Kay's, you can use mine, you can create something. I used to change mine every 6 months because everybody knows I hate cleaning, and it would take a lot for me to clean my house. And I always thought, okay, I'm not excited about this. And I would get excited and get a surge of bookings because I was excited. And you tell her, if you get 5 people there, you get $20 free. If you hold it on the original night, you get $20 for free. If you get $100 in outside orders, you get $20 for free. Let's see, that's $60. If you sell at least $300, you get $20 for free. And there's one other thing. If we get 2 bookings, you get an extra $20. So it's like a little coupon thing. And she's like, oh my gosh. I said, yeah, you can get the rest of everything else that's on your hot list or that's on your wish list if you just have 5 people there. But invite 10 because half will come. And that way you're ensured that you hit one of those coupons. Does that sound fun? So now I've just turned the facial into a party by using the referral sheet. All right, so that's the second thing, the second part of the 3-part close. I got the sale, I got the booking. Third thing, did I like her? Was she fun? Is she somebody I wanted to work with? Yes, I loved her. And this is what I would say. Susie, I had so much fun getting to know you tonight. I don't know if this is anything that you would ever consider doing, but I would love to share some more information about what I do to see if it's a good fit for you. Would you have coffee with me next week? I'd love to send you home with and some information about the business and a video to watch just so that you can educate yourself and just pray about it. Now, when we have coffee, I really just want to answer any of your questions because I want you to make an educated yes or no decision. But promise me that if after you watch the video and you read over and after we have coffee, if this is not for you, that you'll still be my Spoiled Rotten customer, okay? Let me just tell you why you have to say that. We are here in the South, and women will run from you because they are afraid that they hurt your feelings because they said no. You go ahead and release her from that moment. Release her from it and say those words. It's okay if this is not for you. I need Spoiled Rotten customers too, okay? Promise me that you know that and that is not going to bother me. But I just see, I get to pick and choose who I work with, and I really enjoy getting to know you. And I thought I'd offer this to you. That's the third part of the 3-part close. Now, if she got on your last nerve, and you didn't like her, don't offer it. I'm just going to tell you, I did a party about 3 years ago. I knew before the party ever started that I didn't like any of those women there. And I'll tell you, for the first time in a long time, I did not tell my eye story. I could not wait to get out of that house. They were crazy, crazy, crazy. They were not anybody that I wanted on my team. And I literally squealed my tires leaving the driveway. So don't think that you have to share this with everyone. All right. All right. So now that's how you do the 3-part close. And you do it with every guest there. And then I send Susie back. I have a cute little bag. She's got her, that's got tissue paper in it. She goes back with her little tissue paper. I've ordered some really cute little gift bags because at a party, women are like, oh, where'd you get that bag? It's a gift bag. They will come sit down with me just to get the gift bag. All right. So that's the 3-part close. The next thing that I want to go over, and I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of time. All right. Foundations. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. You go to Product Central and you download Foundation Conversion Chart and you laminate these 2 sheets. All right. What I want you to see is that these foundations, can you see that? Are separated by yellow, olive, pink, orange, and brown undertones. And it tells you exactly what the full coverage foundation is. Now, here's the thing. When you're at a big party, you show CC cream. All right. You don't have to worry about the full and matte or the luminous and the matte. It's too hard to match everybody. CC cream is easy. And at their second appointment, and I tell them at your second appointment, if you want to try a full coverage foundation, we will do that. But the CC cream is your way to go at that first appointment with a lot of people. Unless you're doing one-on-one, you're doing CC cream. All right. So download this and start to kind of understand. If you look at yellow, I'm an Ivory 4 in the winter. And if I told you I was going to the beach for 2 weeks and I needed a darker shade, you would not give me an Ivory 5. Ivory 5 moves undertones. A woman's undertone never changes, but the depth of the undertone changes. All right. And here's a trick. Here's a tip. Foundation checkups. A woman's foundation changes 4 times a year. So every woman needs 2 foundation shades. She needs a peak summer and a peak winter. My peak summer is beige 1. My peak winter is Ivory 4. In the fall, as I'm fading, I blend the 2 together. And in the spring, as I'm getting darker, I blend the 2 together. So you blend in spring and fall, and you use your peak colors in summer and winter. So you have 2 tubes that last you. You understand? All your customers need to know this because 4 times a year, that's 4 checkups with your customers. Guess what comes out 5 times a year? The lookbook. You always have new products to show them when you go in for their foundation checkup. Ladies, it's called customer service. All right. Now, I know that we've lost a few people. I hate that we've lost 3 people because I think this is really good stuff. If you came in late, you can always go back and watch because Marianne did some really awesome stuff in the beginning with customers. So hang with me because I still have something very important to go over. Or actually, maybe I can do what goes in your roll-up bag. I can move it to the next. We'll move it to the next thing, Marianne, because we never know if we're going to have enough time or not. All right. So we talked about class checklist. I also do a class prep list. When I have a party, I have a prep list of everything I need to see if my roll-up bag's empty with any products, fill my product bags to make sure that I have enough product to sell. Do I have enough sales tickets? I go through the list. You need to create a list, and I'll try to send you my list. And I print it out every morning that I have a party. And when my boys were little, I would set it on the counter, and during my day, I would check off what I checked off my list. And then I would put my bags by the door, and when I was finished, I would put my checklist on top of my bag. So my husband would come home, and he knew that I'd already gone through my bags, gone through my checklist. I was prepped and ready to go, and he would put my bags in the car. And so we will get you that prep list. Marianne, don't let me forget, so that you guys will know that. We're going to go over the party chat book next time too, because I like to end on time, and it is 9:30 now. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm a stickler for ending on time. I pray that we can fit everything in the next hour for next Tuesday. And if you came in late, please watch the first 15 minutes of Marianne. It's talked about how to keep up with your customers. And if you do not have all the downloads that we talked about, your director will get them to you. We have a lot of fun downloads that I've created. I spent a lot of money. I hired I'm not a private investigator. What am I saying? I need to have another cookie. I hired a graphic designer to create all of our flyers, and so I want you guys to use them and enjoy them, and know that you don't have to recreate the wheel. It's been done for you. All right, so guys, have a great night, and look forward to seeing you guys again next Tuesday. Good night.
Michelle, real quick, I'm gonna get. I've got a couple. I just want to tell the people's names that I already have. Okay. I saw in that way because some names don't show up, so I don't know. Anita, Melissa, and then it's labeled as Eaton Gray. I don't know.
Oh, that's Jennifer.
Okay. Jen. Okay. Then Dana, Angeline, Tammy, Liz, Christy, and then there was two more.
Yeah, I don't know who the two more. But hey, I wanted to shout out for Angeline because she's going to be a sales director too, and I know she knows this stuff. So kudos to you, Angeline, for being on, because I know you're on to receive as a teacher. I'm very proud of you too.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, I think they're all on mute. So if I didn't call your name, just text Michelle or Voxer and let her know. Say, hey, that was me, because I'm missing two names, but your phone's there.
I think we lost 3 people. I don't know who they were. So, oh well. Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Night. Thanks.
And it's recorded.